Thank you, everyone, and welcome. We would like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather and which the region of Peel operates is part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. For thousands of years, Indigenous peoples inhabited and cared for this land and continue to do so today. In particular, we acknowledge the territory of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Ojibwe Chippewa people, the land that is home to the Métis, and most recently, the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, who are direct descendants of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land, and by doing so, give our respect to its first inhabitants. 30 Under 30 is an annual recognition that focuses on acknowledging and promoting talents and leaders within our young generation during the month of January while we celebrate Tamil Heritage Month. As the theme for 2022's Tamil Heritage Month is Tamil Women Excellence, today's 30 Under 30 will focus on recognizing Tamil women leaders within our community. Tamil Youth Fellowship is a youth leadership development program seeking to build the next generation of Tamil public servants through a 12-week paid internship at the City of Toronto with mentorship, training, and individual community project opportunities. After a successful first cohort, we will be announcing the next cohort for 2022 today. The Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action started the Tamil Youth Fellowship as a means of providing our youth access to tools, mentorship, and opportunities to create a positive impact in public service. We are focused on bringing in young Tamil people with unique perspectives and lived experiences to build meaningful opportunities and policies that are responsive to the needs of our community. Through the Tamil Youth Fellowship, we are empowering the next generation of Tamil public servants and political representatives. The fellowship will recruit 4 young Tamil leaders and provide them with the training and skills development to set them up for success in their roles. Through their experience in the Tamil Youth Fellowship, these young leaders will apply and build on their political acuity and develop an understanding of the inner workings of government. The voices of our community will be directly involved in the decision-making of our elected representatives. As we know, Toronto is the 4th largest city in North America and one of the most multicultural cities in the world. It is time that our public service reflects the people that it serves, and it starts with programs like this that support and uplift our future leaders. With the Tamil community being severely underrepresented in politics and the public service sector, it is imperative to empower those with the ambition to represent the Tamil community in addressing our concerns and to enter public service. The Tamil Youth Fellowship is one of the many programs offered by Tamil Civic Action. In honor of Tamil Heritage Month, which is this month, Tamil Civic Action has been facilitating various workshops, panel discussions, events, educational development projects, and more, all centered around our theme of Tamil Women Excellence. We aim to showcase the strength and resilience of Tamil women who continue to contribute to our history and society. The work done by the Tamil Heritage Month Council and Tamil Civic Action throughout the month of January has focused on sharing their stories and motivating our future generations of Tamil women to continue on their path of excellence. This event is organized in collaboration with the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action, Tamils in Public Service, and Urban Alliance on Race Relations. We would also like to provide a warm welcome and specially thank Councillor Brad Bradford, Councillor Nick Montes, Councillor Paul Ainsley, Councillor Cynthia Lai, Councillor Paul Fletcher for attending today's 30 Under 30 and Tamil Youth Fellowship launch event. We would now like to welcome our sponsors, Murali Srinara Yanadas, the Executive Chairman of 369 Global Inc., a rapidly growing business conglomerate with interests in education and training, financial services, creative and entertainment, venture capital, and more, followed by a few words from City of Toronto Mayor John Tory.
Vanakkam. Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction, and my welcome to our worship Mayor John Tory and the councillors joining here, and for everyone participating today. It's such an honor to be a part of this event, especially on the month of January being Tamil Heritage Month. It's my great pleasure to support this event and these initiatives. It's very important for our community to support engagement, civic engagement, and to be involved in the activities that are happening around Toronto, the province, and in Canada. A great supporter of the Tamil community, of course, is our worship Mayor John Tory, and he's been such a great supporter for us for a number of years, and especially for this program. It is my pleasure to introduce His Worship Mayor John Tory.
Well, thank you very much. And it's my pleasure to be a supporter of this program because it does so much good. And I want to begin by just saying what a privilege it is to be with you during Tamil Heritage Month and on an occasion that's celebrating multiple things. It's celebrating people under 30 who have accomplished so much in the community, and especially with a focus on women this year. And it's celebrating the second cohort of the Tamil fellowship for people coming to City Hall. And I was privileged enough to have in my own office a Kaushka, and I can just tell you the contribution that was made was significant. And I hope the contribution going the other way was significant as well. But that's a judgment that people participating in the program have to make. But I don't think they can lose from participating. And I think that the community will gain, the Tamil community, because as was said a moment ago, this can be one of the first ways in. Actually, both the people who are honored for being activists and being engaged in the community and people who are in the fellowship program will be among those who will make up a more representative public service and a more representative elected group of politicians, because right now neither are as representative as they need to be in a city as diverse as ours. These awards, often people sort of will scoff at them and say, well, who makes those decisions anyway? But if you look at the caliber of people who are honored, the ones that are being honored tonight, these are people who have been engaged in their community. And I'm a huge believer in that. And I think it is the single thing that can contribute most to your success in your overall career and the most satisfying thing you can do in your life, to get engaged in your community, to help others, to help make it a better place to live. And I just think no matter what your career is, you're better off having been engaged in the community. And that is what we are honoring tonight, is 30 people under the age of 30. So they started at a young age to get themselves engaged in the community. We're also celebrating this community. And this is a community where every time I go nowadays, it would seem when there's different awards being given out, notwithstanding that the Tamil population in Toronto is relatively small in a city of 3 million people, there's a person of Tamil Canadian background winning one of those awards. I've argued many times, including recently the other night when I was with the Prime Minister celebrating Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month, that the Tamil community should get fantastic awards for parenting, because they do. You can see from a young age, make sure their kids are engaged in all kinds of different activities, cultural activities and others. And I think it just it creates a kind of a certain DNA that gets people very involved in the community. But in any event, whatever it may be, I can tell you that it has also led to a huge contribution being made by the Tamil community, again, way above the portion of the population that it represents in fighting the pandemic. People on the front lines doing everything from helping others through to organizing our vaccine efforts and all kinds of things like that. And that is in addition to the role the community has played building the city up. And I said the other night in the Prime Minister's presence, and he and I really said the same thing. Whether you look at economics and business, you look at politics, culture, you find excellence and achievement on the part of people, and politics on the part of people from the Tamil community. So it's a shining example of what can happen. I think if you get started and get engaged in your community, and for those of you who are winning awards tonight, I just simply say congratulations. You will find that this activity that led to you being recognized will be something that stands you in very good stead no matter what line of work you take up, and gives you the greatest sense of satisfaction you can ever have, which is to help build up your community. And I would say the same of the fellowship program. I mean, the fellowship program, even though it's relatively short in duration, in 12 weeks time, you can pick up a lot about how the City Hall works, make a lot of contacts, and more importantly, they can make contact with you. Because sometimes you sort of think, well, the benefit is all one way. It's not true. When I've been a mentor, I've benefited much from being a mentor and learned as much from that as I have, as have the people I'm sure that I was trying to help. So I just hope that people, take advantage of these programs. One of the things you can do beyond being honored yourself tonight, beyond being in the cohort for the fellowship, is to tell other people about these programs, because they go on year after year, and it encourages people to engage in this kind of activity, encourages them to be city builders. And I want to say a special word of thanks to the Urban Alliance on Race Relations, to my friend Nathan Chan, who's been, really the energy that has been behind a lot of these different fellowships and programs and top 30, under 30, and this kind of thing in the Tamil community. But also, I don't want to leave out Jasmine Dunstan and also Mohammed Shafi from Tamils in Public Service, because these are organizations that have helped make these programs a reality. So Again, congratulations to everybody involved. Keep up if you're part of the 30 under 30. Keep up with the level of activity that got you here. You will be a world beater for sure if you do that. And with respect to the fellowship, I expect to see at least 2 of the people. Let's put it this way: at least 2 have to run for public office, and at least 2 have to join the public service. And that would be a good assist to our getting a more representative public service and getting some very smart people involved in city government. So thank you again, and all the very best wishes with the event and with all the little mini presentations we're going to hear tonight. It's a great way to do it, so you actually get to see a little bit of everybody that's both in the cohort and in the award. And thanks to the sponsor as well. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mayor John Tory. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you very much for your phenomenal amount of support and championing the Tamil Community Center project, which has moved on to getting other 2 levels of government support and land, and now into having charitable status obtained as an organization moving forward. So there's been a lot of milestones from the start. So thank you very much, and thanks for continuing to champion human rights for Tamil community and be a voice for the Tamils who are still back home looking for justice and seeking justice. So with that, I am Nathan Shan. I use he, him as my pronouns. I'm at Urban Alliance on Race Relations as the Executive Director. So I'll bring some remarks on behalf of Urban Alliance on Race Relations. And I want to start off by saying that we have been successful in getting the City of Toronto to adopt this program for the next 3 years with some support financially as well for these fellowship programs. And this year, because it's an election year, it's a half a year, so we're still running 30 youth. But in 2023 and 2024, we will be having 45 young people go through the fellowship program in a year. And with the success we've seen, I was fortunate to be at council as a councillor to introduce the Muslim Youth Fellowship 4 years ago. And we are now recruiting for the 5th cohort of the Muslim Youth Fellowship. In fact, that Muslim Youth Fellowship and its success is what drove the expansion to Black Youth Fellowship, Tamil Youth Fellowship, and Filipino Youth Fellowship. So we want to make sure that we acknowledge the hard work that came from the Muslim community to initiate this phenomenal program, and now it's expanded. One of the other things I want to share is that the Diversity Youth Fellowship is now in talks with Edmonton, Montreal, as 2 other cities that could adopt this program as well. So to have Montreal and Edmonton take it on, but we also have some of the GTA municipalities interested, particularly Brampton has initially started some of the conversations around this fellowship as well. So very happy to see the fellowship program evolve. Recently, through Canadian Heritage support, we are able to also expand the fellowship program to other fields outside municipal government, particularly arts and environment, where it's underrepresentation of racialized communities in decision-making as sectors. So I'm just here to say that the success is because people believed in the program, to the funders, to the elected representatives who have supported the program, and also we feel strongly that the success is because the communities that are being supported have been championing various forms of equity work, as well as the young people who have gone through this program have been phenomenal. In fact, I always say the main beneficiary of this program is not the young people, in fact, the system that they are being employed in. So the city council becomes the primary beneficiary of this program, and the secondary beneficiary is the young people and the communities they come from, because their energy, their passion, their drive, their lived experience have shaped how city council responds to different things as a government, and that contribution is phenomenal. Moving into Tamil Heritage Month, I'm delighted to congratulate all of the 30 under 30 recipients today. Tamil Heritage Month started in Toronto. Initially, when I founded Tamil Heritage Month, one of the primary focus was young people, and to see these programs be held during Tamil Youth Fellowship, during the Tamil Heritage Month, is very heartening. One of the other things I would like to share with all of you is that what started in the GTA is now a worldwide phenomenon. Recently, London Assembly in UK passed Tamil Heritage Month, and there's a motion at the UK Parliament right now introduced to declare Tamil Heritage Month. A few days ago, I was with a number of organizations in Australia who want to bring Tamil Heritage Month to Australia as well. So it is a movement now. It is spreading, and it is going wider, but it's also going deeper with events like this. So I'm glad to be joining all of you together to celebrate the amazing contribution. And we are glad we chose the theme to celebrate Tamil women. And what is a better way than honoring 30 young women under the age of 30 who have phenomenal contributions to celebrate today. So thank you, everyone. I'll pass it now to a representative from TIPS. I think we have Jasmine, if Nilosa can allow Jasmine to be a co-host. Jasmine Dunstan, who's joining us from TIPS, who will be delivering greetings from Tamils in Public Service, who has been a partner in delivery of this program and has been a phenomenal collaborator to do this program. So Jasmine Dunstan, please join us in bringing your greetings.
Thank you, Nathan. Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine Dunstan, and I am one of the chairs of the Tamils in Public Service Network. I'd like to start by acknowledging the land on which I'm currently located. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and it is now home to many diverse Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on this land. I'd also like to just clarify, thank Mayor Tory for referencing me, but it was Roshani, our previous chair, who really helped kick off Tamil Youth Fellowship from the TIP side. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Roshani for all the great work she's done. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with Tamils in Public Service, which is commonly referred to as TIPS, we have existed since 2016, and we are a nonpartisan network for all Canadian Tamils working or interested in government and politics. At TIPS, we have a dual mandate. The first is building connections among Tamil Canadian public servants from all orders of government, and the second is to build bridges between the government and the Tamil community. We want Tamils to know about the programs and services available to them at the local, provincial, and federal level, and we want to share our lived experiences as Tamils in spaces that allow us to influence and bring our lived experiences forward as the various levels of government and the public sector at large develop programs and policies to serve the people. The TIPS leadership and volunteer team is also overwhelmingly led by women, and I am proud of our team's accomplishments as we contribute to fostering a more diverse and inclusive public service across all orders of government in Canada through cultural awareness and education, talent development, and community building by collaborating with other Tamil organizations to offer meaningful and diverse programming and opportunities to the community. That's why TIPS is proud to co-lead the Tamil Youth Fellowship. Having the fellows in the public sector and integrating their lived experiences during their time in the program adds to the richness of the city of Toronto. As a Tamil woman, I'm also thrilled to see so many Tamil women impacting our communities. Last year's TYF cohort was made up of women, just as this year's cohort is. I read through the accomplishments of the women selected for the 30 under 30, and it was inspiring to me. Congratulations to all the successful recipients. Together, we and the generations before us have overcome many hurdles and barriers to get to where we are. Tamil women are integral to celebrating our rich culture, language, foods, arts, and identity as we remember the past, live in the present, and build a better future through sharing our stories and doing incredible work to impact the Tamil and broader communities we live in. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jasmine, for joining, and thanks to TIPS for continued partnership in delivering the Tamil Youth Fellowship. And it's amazing to have an organization in public service of Tamil, people of Tamil origin coming together, supporting each other and doing the important work of mentoring and developing leadership while also addressing some of the issues that needs to be addressed within the community as well. Thank you. I want to quickly thank the three councillors who are here. Thank you, Mayor Tory, for your leadership. And with Mayor Tory, we have three Scarborough councillors joining us now. Councillor Nick Mantis, Councillor Cynthia Lai, and Councillor Paul Ainsley, all three from Scarborough. Thank you very much for joining. We might have other councillors joining on later as well. We appreciate your support and your presence as well. Thank you again to Srinarayan Das Foundation, Murali Srinarayan Das, for the sponsorship last year to kick off the fellowship and continuing to support it again this year as well. At this point, I want to bring in Cynthia Srirangan. Cynthia is the staff who was behind all of the work that went on coordinating the 30 under 30 and many of the Tamil Heritage Month events that are happening today. And I would like to welcome her to introduce our first 10 30 under 30 recipients.
Thank you, Nidana, for that introduction. It was along with me and so many other staff who helped out, of course. None of this would be possible without them. But yes, my name is Cynthia Shirangan. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Tamil Civic Action, and I have the opportunity to introduce the first 10 30 under 30 recipients. So first, we'd like to start off with Yadvi Shanmuganandam. Yadvi is a fifth-year business technology management co-op student minoring in music and culture at Ryerson University. She is currently the vice president of finance of the Ted Rogers Student Society, governing over 13,000 full-time undergraduate students at the Ted Rogers Student of Management. Yadvi is also working at TD as a risk analysis, pursuing the roles of a developer, business analyst, and quality assurance analyst. So now we'll have a few words from Yadvi through a video.
Elorukam Vanakkam. Hi everyone. My name is Yadavi Shanmuganandam. I'm a fifth-year business technology management co-op student minoring in music and culture at Ryerson University. I'm the vice president of finance of the Ted Rogers Student Society, managing over a $1.4 million budget and governing over 13,000 full-time undergraduate students at the Ted Rogers School of Management. I've also been working at TD as a risk analyst, pursuing the role of a developer. I've been singing in the Tamil community since the age of 6 and have won many competitions, including TVI Superstar Junior Season 3. As I move forward in my career, I look forward to developing my skills and experiences and bringing pride to the Tamil community. I wanted to take this time to thank the Tamil Civic Action team for choosing me as one of the 30 under 30 recognitions. Once again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the year.
Next, we have Kasturi Diagalingam. Kasturi is an artist with management, set, and costume experiences in the theater, film, and events industries. As a child, she volunteered with nonprofits such as Child Aid Rehabilitation and Education Program, also known as CREP, where she developed a strong interest in activism and events. While at Ryerson Theatre School, Kasturi founded Bloom Events Group, an event design and management company. Kasturi's focus has currently been within film, from working on sets for MasterChef and Drag Race Canada to costumes for Hallmark's Love in Whitebrook and Apple's TV Ghost Rider. And now a video from Kasturi.
Vanakkam, and Paid Kasturi. I am a Tamil Canadian artist who works behind the scenes in production in the entertainment industry. Being one of the few who are representing the Tamil community behind the scenes, I can see there is much need for representation in our community in the various aspects of production. And that is why I am very thrilled to be working on future projects that will be reflecting my Tamil heritage in hopes to inspire our community as well as empower other women of color to come forward, break barriers, and make a home for themselves in the entertainment space. It is an honor to receive the 30 under 30 recognition among so many wonderful women today. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Tamil Canadian Center for Civic Action, as well as my parents, family, and friends for their unconditional support throughout my journey as an artist. Thank you.
Next, we have Aarti Dayabaran. Aarti is a Tamil Canadian journalist with a passion to share stories about science and marginalized communities. She will graduate this year with a Master's of Journalism and has received her Bachelor's of Science from the University of British Columbia. Aarti has received numerous awards for her storytelling and short films and was recently selected as a fellow for the prestigious Carnegie Knight News 21 program. Aarti hopes to continue creating awareness of the plights and successes of the Tamil community everywhere she goes. Now a video from Aarti.
Thank you, Tamil Civic Action, and everyone at 30 under 30 for this recognition. It really does mean a lot to me to be recognized for my work as a journalist, and it's always been my childhood dream to be a storyteller and a journalist. So to finally realize that dream of mine and be recognized for it, I have no words. It just means a lot. So thank you. I'm just kind of starting out in my career, but I feel like this recognition has really fueled me to keep pitching and keep telling stories of the Tamil community and also of other marginalized communities and people who have had their voices silenced or who are just not heard from enough. So thank you for that. I'm hopefully going to keep pursuing my career as a multimedia journalist with specialties in social justice and health reporting, and I'll be doing that this summer through some fellowships and onwards my career as a journalist. So thank you again for this recognition. Also, I have to give a huge shout out to my parents and Dr. Ratnaswamy for always supporting me and everything that I do. And also congratulations to all the other amazing women being recognized today. It's wonderful to be included, but just to see what other Tamil women are doing and to see how talented they are, it's awesome to celebrate everyone today. And so congratulations and thank you.
Next, we have Chatusha Mahendrarajan. Chatusha is a social innovator committed to the development of young leaders, particularly women and racialized leaders. She is the founder of LIGHT, which stands for Lead, Inspire, Grow, Hope, Transform, a youth-run organization that has trained and supported over 900 youth. Chatusha is currently serving as a youth engagement advisor for the CIHR-funded Network Catalyst Grant in youth mental health and sits on the board of directors with Girl in the Wild Adventure Association. While completing her BA in Human Rights and Equity Studies as a TD scholar, Chatusha has been a guest on CTV with Sophie Gregor Trudeau and honored as a global teen leader by the We Are a Family Foundation. And now a video from Chatusha.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for this honor. As a daughter of Tamil refugees, I understand that genocide and other extreme human rights violations are rooted in othering. As a result, I have always approached community-led educational interventions as key to peace building. That is why throughout the past decade, I've remained committed to empowering marginalized youth who have not been equipped by existing educational programs and institutions to challenge power systems and pioneer change. This vision gave birth to LIGHT, a youth-run organization I founded to support young people in delivering local social change initiatives that speak to the issues that they care most about. As I progress in my career, I look forward to using education as a means to self-determination, and I hope to continue serving the Tamil community.
Next, we have Priyakashini Chandrasekhar. Priyakashini, also known as Kashi, is an advocate and the founder CEO of Tamil Women in Academia, a nonprofit organization that was designed to provide Tamil women with resources to excel within the academic realm. Kashi is also the Vice President External at the Scarborough Campus Student Union and a student ambassador and mentor at UFT, as well as a full-time student in her third year at the University of Toronto, doing a double major in political science and English with a minor in public law. Here is a video from Kashi.
Hi everyone, I hope everyone is staying safe and well. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Tamil Civic Action for this recognition. It truly means a lot to be amongst such incredible women within the community. I'd also like to thank my family for always supporting and encouraging me. Being recognized for my advocacy work through Tamil Women in Academia, or as most people know it, TWA, truly means a lot, as I created this platform back in 2021 as a way to commemorate my grandmother's legacy, but also as a way to provide opportunities and resources for Tamil women internationally, so that they can excel within the academic realm. And also being recognized for my work as Vice President External at the Scarborough Campus Students Union truly also means a lot, as it is a nonprofit organization that represents over 14,000 post-secondary students at the University of Toronto Scarborough. So thank you once again, Tamil Civic Action, for this recognition. It truly, truly means a lot to be recognized and to be amongst such incredible women who have done a lot for the community.
Next, we have Niveda Sivaranjan. Niveda is a trauma-informed registered social worker. She completed her Bachelor's of Social Work degree and co-founded Adya Empower Yourself, a nonprofit focused on destigmatizing mental health in the Tamil community. In the past 7+ years, she has worked directly with vulnerable communities and gained deeper insights into barriers experienced by minorities in accessing mental health-related services. This further motivated her to complete the specialization in addictions and mental health, along with now pursuing her master's in social work. Here is a video from Niveda.
My name is Niveda Sivaranjan and my pronouns are she and her. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the Tamil Canadian Civic Action Group, alongside the organizers of the Tamil Heritage Month, Meedanana, and the team for the coordination of these events, alongside the opportunity for this recognition. I am so humbled and honored to be invited back specifically as a 30 under 30 recipient, highlighting the achievements of women in our community. We know that our community is so rich and full of incredible trailblazers and young leaders, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this group. Community and accessibility have always been at the core of the work that I do, and it continues to drive and motivate me to do more and support our community as much as possible. As I transition into my 30s later this year, I hope to work alongside more young leaders and continue to uplift, support, and make mental health supports accessible and feasible to all. I know that this year has been another challenging year for many, and I hope that we can continue to foster environments where we can be honest with ourselves and really go and seek the support that we really need. Also to be able to practice self-compassion. As we celebrate each other today, I encourage you to continue to ask yourself, how will you make a commitment to engage in conversations on and offline about your mental health and well-being? How will you take care of yourself? How will you hold yourself accountable? Let's just continue to normalize talking about mental health every single day. Be the reason why someone feels seen, supported, and valued. Kindness does not need to cost a thing. If you are needing support and you don't know where to go, please feel free to contact me directly. And us at Avia will try our very best to get you connected. Finally, just thank you to my family, friends, peers, and mentors for your ongoing support, and I hope not to disappoint you. Thank you.
Next up, we have Ghana Squad. Ghana Squad is a Toronto-based all-girls dance team that performs Ghana, a dance style originated from the slums and burial grounds of Chennai, India. The team has been performing since 2014 on competitive stages and rebranded in 2019 with women empowerment as their core value. The girl group has amassed over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, including millions of views on their most popular covers. Ghana Squad strives to bring the representation of Tamils and Ghana into mainstream media and aims to do so by using the power of social media. Now, a video from Ghana Squad.
Hey everyone, we're Ghana Squad, a Toronto-based all-girls Tamil Ghana dance team, and I'm Shranya.
I'm Aarti.
My name is Abhisha.
My name is Ramana.
We love dancing together and we don't really expect anything in return for it. So everything that comes with it, like this award, is a great cherry on top for us.
The best part about creating content is being able to inspire other girls to try Ghana and break barriers.
At the moment, we're working towards bringing Ghana into mainstream media to show everyone that this style exists while also representing Tamil culture.
A huge thank you to Tamil Civic Action for spotlighting us as one of the 30 under 30 recognitions.
Next, we have Nirosha Balakumar. Nirosha is the EDI and anti-racism partner in the Department of Family Medicine at McMaster University. She is a recent graduate of Cambridge University with a Master's of Philosophy in Education, Globalization, and International Development as a Mackenzie King Scholar and Marty Memorial Fellow. Nirosha was part of the first cohort of Tamil Youth Fellows with the City of Toronto. Nirosha is also a spoken word artist and TEDx speaker who highly values the integration of art and advocacy as an approach to decolonizing education. She takes great pride in her mixed cultural identity as a Tamil and Indo-Trinidadian woman. Nirosha is here to say a few words, so I welcome Nirosha to turn on your mic and speak.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for that warm welcome. It is such an honor to be able to accept this recognition alongside so many incredible leaders across the Tamil community. I want to give a huge thank you to my incredible family and friends for all of the love and support that they have provided me along my journey. And I want to sincerely thank the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action, Tamils in Public Service, and the Urban Alliance on Race Relations for all of the time and effort they have put into organizing this event, but also for the critical work that they do to increase opportunities for Tamil youth to excel. My commitment to working within an anti-racist and anti-oppressive framework is one that recognizes in order to see transformative change, we have to disrupt the systems at hand. We have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and we have to commit to a lifelong journey of learning and unlearning. As I continue to develop my career in education and anti-racism work, I aim to amplify decolonial and cultural approaches that allow for my advocacy to be rooted in both my art and my identity. I recognize the challenges to have been a first-generation student and a second-generation immigrant, and I look to continue to mentor and support young people in our community as they embark on their very own journeys. I want to leave you with a hope that I have, the hope that more Tamil youth unapologetically take up space, even when they feel like they may not belong, that they recognize that their existence is their resistance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Narosha. Next up, we have Kirtika Vamadevan. Kirtika is an entrepreneur and founder of 3 brands. First being the Iron Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to ensuring that Tamil students in rural regions have access to quality education and providing funds for the development of schools in Tamilulam. Second, she founded Rosa Hut, a floral company specializing in real roses that last 365 plus days. Thirdly, AutoX Market, an e-commerce platform which was designed to provide a one-stop shop for all your auto needs. Kirtika is a recipient of the CSPN's Emerging Leader Award and was a finalist for Women of Inspiration by Universal Women's Network. Unfortunately, Kirtika was not able to attend and was not able to send a video, but she does share her best wishes to the rest of the 30 recipients. So we'll be moving on to the 10th 30 under 30 recipient, Aishwarya Roshan. Aishwarya is a final year medical student at the University of British Columbia. She has an interest in planetary health advocacy, medical education, and providing care for marginalized populations. She worked at the World Health Organization in Geneva, Switzerland, where she contributed to the international efforts in adapting and mitigating the risk of climate change on health. Aishwarya has also helped transform medical education at UBC and across Canada to incorporate climate health as part of the medical curriculum. Aishwarya is here with us today, so I welcome Aishwarya to say a few words.
Vanakkam. Thank you so much for this honor of being selected as one of the top 30 under 30 Tamil Canadian youth. It is such a privilege to be recognized among such an incredible cohort of Tamil women leaders who I aspire to learn from. My name is Aishwarya Shan, and I'm a settler on the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh First Nation traditional territories, and I'm a 4th year medical student at UBC. I'm very fortunate to be involved in environmental advocacy efforts both provincially in BC and nationally. I'm currently working with the Canadian Federation of Medical Students to develop and implement a national curriculum on planetary health for medical students and future physicians to learn the impacts of climate effects on health and respond appropriately to climate-sensitive conditions within vulnerable populations. I also had the incredible privilege of working at the World Health Organization to develop guidelines for countries to adopt to and mitigate climate effects on health. My achievements are a reflection of the Tamil community that has supported me in my endeavors and celebrated my successes. I would like to thank my parents, my professors, my teachers, and my nominator, Dr. Ratnaswamy, for giving me the tools needed to advocate. And I'd also like to thank the Tamil Canadian Center for Civic Action for giving us this incredible platform to continue pursuing our interests. Thank you.
Thank you, Aishwarya. And that ends the first 10 of our 30 under 30 recipients. Congratulations to all of you. So now I would like to welcome Narosha Balakumar once again, who will be giving us a spoken word performance. She'll be performing her own piece titled "To the Tamil Women That Face the Tsunami, Both the Fallen and Survivors." Welcome, Narosha.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, again for that warm welcome. And thank you everyone for being here today and being in this presence of celebration and recognition and remembrance of all the incredible Tamil women that have come before us. So this spoken word is called "An Angel in Disguise to the Tamil Women That Face the Tsunami, Both the Fallen and the Survivors." They called her a woman as if it is an insult, a woman as if it held no value, a woman as if her life is as disposable as her role in society is moldable, a woman like she isn't the reason for life, like she isn't more than just a wife. I mean, have we forgotten that we would not exist without she? That her body bears the fruits as her soul sustains the roots? Did we forget that she is the reason we survived, that she was sent as an angel in disguise? An angel that we neglected, one that is never respected, because the views of the patriarchy are always projected. She has rules to follow and the pain to swallow, because why? Because she has to fit into a box, into a role deemed by society, so that she would suffer silently. Even in times of despair, you failed to notice the sacrifices made and the courage she displayed. With her own eyes, she saw her child die. She wanted to save him, but she didn't know how. The permission to act was never granted, yet today she is to blame, to live with the guilt and the shame. He drinks all night long and then lashes out. She is bound to the breaking of bottles and the vicious shouts, and every time she ever feels a touch, she would remember that day when it became too much. Because she had to stay, she never had a say. I mean, what would they do if she had went away? The other children, the elders, who would be their defenders? She is a superwoman, doing the caring and the cleaning and the cooking. The invisible labor came in every flavor. She underwent every form of abuse, physical, emotional, sexual, mental, knowing that no one would care because her role was instrumental. She is an object to satisfy his pain, and hers is invalid because how dare she step out of her lane? She is the last to eat, she barely speaks, she fears authority because she knows she will never be made a priority. She is scared and she is alone, yet she remembers that she is the backbone. She is the reason the disaster has been tamed. Her resilience and strength are to be proclaimed. She begins to speak and find purpose. She looks into the mirror and knows that she is worth it. Despite all she's been told, she starts to fight. She sparks a light and begins to see a new dream in sight. Financing her own life, creating opportunities, she begins to find strength in her community. Our women have faced an abundance of violence and marginalization. They have been overlooked as the foundation. So I guess it is time that they found some liberation. She isn't trying. She is trying in a patriarchal system built to keep her oppressed. She is trying through the pain and the trauma. She is trying. And although she may be crying, that does not make her weak. Because remember, she is working to rise above her peak. A woman. She reclaims it, she renames it, a woman. She is proud and she is ready to create a change, to make sure that she will never be unsteady. She will make her own decisions, she will create her own vision. She can and she will, because when she lost her child, her whole world went still. And from that moment, she realized that it was time to mobilize. Her and the other angels in disguise would no longer be minimized. To the woman we lost, to the woman that survived, we thank you, because we know without you, none of us would be alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Narosha. So again, those are our first 10 recipients. I would now like to call on Sharon Sriskandaraja to introduce our next group of recipients.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Sriskandaraja, and I'm a community organizer at Tamil Civic Action. I now have the opportunity to present the next 10 recipients of the 30 Under 30 recognition. First, we have Arani Sivasubramaniam. Arani is a PhD student, small business owner of Thanga Skincare, and a full-time healthcare worker. She pursued an undergraduate degree at the University of Waterloo in recreation therapy with a philosophy minor, and became a recreation therapist, working in various long-term care homes and hospitals. For her master's thesis, she did a critical race-informed narrative inquiry of LTC home culture with stories told by Tamil elders. For her doctoral research, Arani is looking at how to abolish the medical industrial complex by looking at the experiences of Black and Indigenous people, as well as people of color. Arani's research is looking at ways that we can start to dismantle our understanding of health and care to create healthy opportunities.
Sound very Liamma.
Next, we have Manisha Raghuvernan. Manisha is a dancer, choreographer, and a full-time registered nurse. She teaches Bharatanatyam to younger generations and engages in many dance shows, competitions, and projects with various artists in the community. She pursued her Bachelor of Nursing degree and has been working as a registered nurse for the past 3 years on an inpatient surgical unit. She now works as a charge nurse, acting as a mentor for new graduate nurses, and wishes to soon work in the ICU, allowing her to gain critical care skills. Her contribution to healthcare and the arts has cultivated the desire to combine the two and promote wellness in her community.
Thank you, Tamil Civic Action, for choosing me to have my achievements highlighted as part of the 30 Under 30 recognition. It's truly an honor to be celebrating Tamil Heritage Month alongside these beautiful and talented young Tamil women in our community. I'm a registered nurse. I have been working on an inpatient surgical floor for the past 3 years now at Centenary Hospital. Over the course of the pandemic, I can definitely say I have grown immensely, both as an individual and as a nurse. I've also had the opportunity to gain a leadership role as a charge nurse on my unit, allowing me to act as a mentor for nurses who were once in my position when I first started. Aside from nursing, I have a sincere passion for dance. I currently teach Bharatanatyam to students, and I also engage in many projects with various artists in our community, and that helps me grow into becoming a versatile dancer. My hope is to combine my two passions in both healthcare and dance to promote wellness in our community by healing through the arts. Thank you again, Tamil Civic Action, for this award. It's truly, truly an honor.
Next, we have Brinda Konisha Chandra. Brinda is the General Director of the Montreal-based nonprofit called They Save You, which helps graduate students and researchers complete their thesis and research writings. In 2020, she co-founded Diverse Syllabus, a publishing house by and for people of color, women, and gender minorities. She is pursuing a PhD in history, working on the racial construction of urban green spaces in Detroit. Brinda is also a multimedia artist who is currently collaborating with the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts on the development of a mobile application promoting the voices of members of cultural communities around ethnographic and contemporary works of art.
Hi, my name is Brinda. I'm a Tamil French who is based in Montreal, Quebec. I'm a part-time PhD candidate in history, general director of a non-lucrative organization, co-founder of a publishing house, and multimedia artist. I feel very honored to be part of this year's cohort of 30 Under 30, especially on this edition that focuses on people who identify as Tamil women. And I want to congratulate all the amazing and inspiring profiles who are also part of this year's cohort. I will end up by saying that as Tamil women, our very existence is political from the day we were born. And the resilience and strength that I personally carry in my backbone comes from my amma, but also all the lineage of women that came before her because of our Tamil identity. And it's something I'm very proud of. Thank you again for this wonderful recognition.
Namita Ratnapillai. Namita, pronouns she, they, is a disabled Tamil Canadian woman, organizer, and spoken word poet. She was the first female and youngest director of Ottawa's Urban Legends Poetry Collective, ULPC. Namita is a two-time Canadian Festival of Spoken Word team member with the ULPC, and they published their first chapbook titled Dirty Laundry in 2018. Namita is a Master's Sociology student at York University with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Criminal Justice with a concentration in Sociology and a minor in English Language and Literature from Carleton University. Their research interests include race and racism, queerness as it intersects with racialization, prison and police abolition, and transformative justice and futures.
Vanakkam and hello.
My name is Namita Ratnapillai, and I would like to thank the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action for selecting me to be one of the 30 under 30. I am honored to be chosen amongst such talented young Tamil women and spotlighted for the work that I do. I am a spoken word artist, poet, and author of the chapbook Dirty Laundry. I am currently pursuing my master's in sociology on the topic of white womanhood and its capacity for violence. I look forward to the opportunities that will present themselves in the future and publishing more original work in the coming years. Thank you and Nandri for this recognition.
Next, we have Magisha Bahirathan. Magisha is a singer from Toronto. She began her musical journey at the age of 4, singing within the community and participating in many stage competitions, including Vijay TV's Airtel Super Singer Junior 2012 Season 3. Since then, Magisha has performed at many shows within Toronto and internationally in front of many well-known and proclaimed artists. She is also studying in her 4th year at Annamala, Canada, towards a diploma in music. Magisha has been instructing Carnatic and film music to young children for the last 4 years and has been working as an independent artist with young children and creating her own music. She hopes to develop her knowledge in various genres to become a well-rounded musician and to be able to educate others on music as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Magisha Bahirathan and I'm a singer. I've been singing since the age of 4 and I'm trained in Carnatic and Western music. Currently, I'm in my 3rd year of Life Science at the University of Toronto and I'm also in my final year at Annamala, Canada, working towards a diploma in music. I also do love teaching, so I teach young children Carnatic and film music as I aspire to be a teacher in the future. I'm very honored to be recognized for 30 under 30 among all of the other talented individuals, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank Tamil Civic Action for recognizing me. Thank you.
Krishi Peradhan. Krishi is a social media strategist and visual expert who works on building the online presence of various businesses and brands. She is the founder of the Social Sage, which provides social media management, coaching, workshops, and business events. Her vision with the Social Sage is to help guide a brand's story, vision, and execute a guide to help excel in the social space. Her focus is on educating brands on how to curate social media strategies, understand Instagram analytics, and help create content. Next, we have Nansalin Selvanayagam. Nansalin is an interdisciplinary creative focused on digital design, marketing, and art direction. She immersed herself in the digital world while completing her BTech in Graphic Communications Management at Ryerson University and Master's in Digital Experience Innovation at the University of Waterloo. Currently, Nansalin works as a digital asset specialist at the Hospital for Sick Children, improving user experiences and designing resources to provide health education. She volunteers with the Canadian Tamil Professionals Association as Director of Marketing and Communications and is a co-owner and Director of Marketing for Reggie's Rolls. Over the past 8 years, Nansalin has created digital experiences and branding for Tamil-owned businesses and organizations across Canada, UK, Germany, and India. Viveta Thambinathan. Viveta is an Elam Tamil activist scholar, community engaged researcher, and public health professional. Viveta is a doctoral candidate in the Health and Rehabilitation Sciences program at Western University, where her research project focuses on refuge, health justice, historical trauma, and arts-based healing within the Toronto Tamil refugee diaspora. She is the former research director at Washington-based Pearl, People for Equality and Relief in Lanka. Viveta founded Diversity in Academia as a radical space to amplify voices, typically excluded from narratives shared within the academy. Viveta feels most inspired working at the intersections of community mobilization, creative storytelling, and healing justice. Next, we have Kyle Villi. Kyle is a writer and poet born and raised in South India, Sri Lanka, and Canada, currently residing in Toronto. Her stories time travel, occupy many geographies, question the validity of borders, and are ultimately borderless. She was recently longlisted for the CBC Poetry Prize 2021. Her short story, Fat with Love, was published in Room Magazine and Salt, a piece of creative nonfiction that was shortlisted for CBC's Creative Nonfiction Prize in 2015. Kyle Lily has shared her poetry in various storytelling forums in Canada and the United States. She's currently working on a collection of lyric essays and is completing her MFA in creative writing at the University of Guelph Humber. As Kyle was not able to attend today, she has requested that we share a message on her behalf. Hi, I'm Kyle Lily. I'm a writer and an educator. I'm currently working on a collection of lyric essays and doing my Master of Fine Art in Creative Writing at the University of Guelph Humber. I also work as an ESL facilitator. Thank you, Tamil Civic Action, for choosing to spotlight my work and showcase it within the community. My stories and poems are a means of writing to Tamil people and documenting Tamil lives and memories. Community is everything, and I'm grateful for Tamil Civic Action's endeavors to bring together Tamil artists, leaders, and their communities. Next, we will have some of our speakers who are here today to share a few words. I would first like to call upon Arnie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Arnie. I just wanted to say thank you to the Tamil Canadian Civic Center for Civic Action and the Tamil Heritage Month Council for spotlighting me for 2022's 30 Under 30. It's an honor to be placed alongside 20 other Tamil women in our community, all of whom have made important contributions to our world and work. I'm a second-year PhD student at the Aging, Health, and Wellbeing program at the University of Waterloo, a small business owner of Thanga Skincare, and a full-time health equity coach at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. I started off volunteering as a high school student in long-term care, and I knew at that point that my career would always involve care and caring for others. My hope is that I can continue my already begun journey of learning and caring about the world, using abolition politics and the critical race theory. I want to find alternative ways of community organizing to create healthy communities where every being, not only human, can meet their needs. Thank you so much.
Next, I would like to call upon Nanslin to share a few words.
Hi, my name is Nanslin Selvanayagam. It is an honor to be recognized as one of the 30 amazing women here today. I'd like to thank the Tamil Canadian Center for Civic Action for this acknowledgement. I'd also like to thank my family, friends, mentors, and support system for supporting me on this journey. I'd like to give a special shout out to Roshaniaka and Kumaran, who have not only given me opportunities, but are very encouraging as I evolve in the space. I'm humbled to be part of our community in a way where I can give back through my skill set, but also be able to elevate the voices and stories of Tamils here in Canada and beyond. I hope to continue to find new ways to help innovate and make a difference in our community as my journey continues.
Thank you, Nanslin. Next, I call upon Viveta.
Hi, everyone. My name is Viveta Thambinathan, and I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you to Tamil Civic Action Center for honoring me and recognizing me as one of the participants, 30 Under 30. I'm so happy to hear about all these amazing Tamil women. And my work has always been centered around healing and kind of looking for answers for the question of how do we inherit pain? How do we inherit the pain of memories we have not experienced ourselves? So I'm excited to continue working within that realm. And I'm also looking forward to hearing from all the other participants. And as always, I always say that I'm happy to mentor and support other participants or Tamil women who are interested in academia. So if that's interesting to you, you can always reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Viveka. Next, I would like to call upon Mahisha to give us a little performance.
Hi, everyone. Just before I started, I wanted to say once again, thank you so much to Tamil Civic Action for recognizing me, and congratulations to all of the other recipients. Thank you.
சிறகுகள் வீசி சுதந்திர ஆசையில் போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். உலகத்தின் ஓசையில் புது ஒளி வீசிட போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். ஆசைகள் எல்லாம் எனக்கெனக்குண்டு, மீசைகள் எல்லாம் கனவுகள் கண்டு, பொறுப்புகள் தேடி பயணங்கள் இன்று, சிறப்புகளின் சிறகுகள் என்று போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன், போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன், போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன், போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். உலகம் சதுரம் என்றே இருந்தேன், சுவர்கள் என்று பின்பே அறிந்தேன். உலகின் விரும்பை உரசும் பயணம் போகிறேன். என்னை நீங்கி எங்கோ பிரிந்தேன், நானே எல்லா வாழ்வில் தெரிந்தேன். இன்றே முழுதாய் வாழும் ஒளிவே போகிறேன். பகல் மூடிய இருளைத் தேடி எரிபொருளாகிறேன். ஓர் சூரியன் தீய ஜோதி வளர்த்திட போகிறேன், போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன், போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். சிறகுகள் வீசி சுதந்திர ஆசையில் போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். உலகத்தின் ஓசையில் புது ஒளி வீசிட போகிறேன், நான் போகிறேன். Thank you.
Thank you, Mahisha, for that beautiful performance. Now we will continue with our next set of recipients. We have Ilakia Supea. Ilakia is a beauty and lifestyle content creator based in Toronto. As a strong advocate for women of color, she strives to educate her audience about the importance of self-love, identity, and confidence. She has been featured nationwide in in-store campaigns for Sephora Canada and Rimmel London, in addition to working with several other lifestyle and beauty brands. Recently, she also started her own jewelry business named Jayari. As a proud Tamil woman, she hopes to empower people to break through boundaries in both the beauty world and in today's society, and push themselves to be truly limitless. Kaushika Minothishwaran. Kaushika is an environmental planner at Dillon Consulting with a passion for intersectional environmentalism and sustainable development. She is an urban planning graduate from the University of Waterloo with a specialization in environmental assessment and land development. She's currently pursuing her master's degree in environmental science at Ryerson University. Kaushika works as a climate change coordinator at Sky Exchange, focused on developing educational workshops to engage youth in climate justice and outreach. She is also committed to supporting growth and development initiatives for the Tamil diaspora through her work with Tamils in public service, TIPS, and Conduit. Kaushika was a part of the inaugural cohort of the Tamil Youth Fellowship with the City of Toronto and strives to engage in community-based projects that promote equitable and inclusive engagement.
Elorakum Vanakam. Hi everyone. Happy Tamil Heritage Month. My name is Kaushika Vinodiswaran and I'm honored to have been spotlighted as a part of Tamil Civic Action's 30 Under 30. This year's theme of highlighting the excellence of Tamil women and the strength and resiliency of those who contribute to our communities is so important, and it's amazing to bear witness to the talent that Tamil women possess and their amazing achievements, and to be highlighted amongst them. I'm currently working as an environmental planner at Dillon Consulting, while also completing my master's in environmental science at Ryerson University and engaging in climate justice and outreach. I've also been working with Tamil organizations that aim to support the growth of Tamils across the nation and back home. My goal with the work that I do, be it for the planning realm or for that of the Tamil community, is intended to support the sustainable development of our local communities. My focus is on equitable community engagement and that equity-deserving communities like ours are included in important decision-making processes. Giving back to our communities begins with recognizing the significance that inclusive engagement can have in strengthening relationships and fostering meaningful development. Thank you.
Mayurathi Devadas. Mayurathi began learning Carnatic music from the age of 5 and has been teaching Carnatic music to students across the GTA for the past 8 years and established her own music institution. She also provides vocal training for students who wish to learn cinematic music, and she has a passion for providing music lessons for children with special needs. Along with teaching, Mayurathi continues to perform for Carnatic programs and light music shows with various brands and international artists. She also takes part in recording songs for music albums, judging for competitions, and judging for grade level examinations. She is also a digital marketing coordinator by profession.
Good evening, everyone. To introduce myself in short, my name is Mayurathi Devadas, and I am the founder of Mayuragalia Music Academy. I teach Carnatic vocal music and provide cinematic vocal training for students, including children diagnosed with autism. And today I'm very honored to have been one of the recipients for the 30 Under 30 recognition, especially being that this recognition is primarily focused towards Tamil women excellence. I would like to thank Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action in regards to this recognition and for creating such platforms to serve and promote our upcoming talents and leaders within the young generation of our Tamil community. I would also like to thank my gurus, my parents, my family, and my friends for supporting me throughout my musical journey. I will continue to do my best to pass on my musical knowledge, along with ensuring that our young generation will preserve and take over our Tamil arts and culture for the future. Congratulations to all recipients, and thank you once again for this opportunity.
Next, we have Meena Shanmuganathan. Meena is a JD student at the University of Ottawa, Faculty of Law. She has an interest in international human rights, access to legal education, and social media marketing. She is also an IBBA graduate from the Schulich School of Business, where she received the Alumni Silver Jubilee Scholarship and the Gordon Carleton Shaw Achievement Award. Meena has been actively involved in the Tamil community through her work as a youth leader for the Tamil Cultural and Academic Society of Durham, and she was the outreach coordinator for Pudhiya Pada, the month-long Tamil mental health awareness campaign.
Hi, my name is Meena Shanmuganathan, and I am one of this year's 30 Under 30 recipients. I'm a first-year JD student at the University of Ottawa with a special interest in international human rights law, as well as access to legal education. I'm also an IBBA graduate from the Schulich School of Business, York University, where I was presented with the Gordon Charlton Shaw Achievement Award for making the most contribution to the school during my time there. I'd like to take the time right now to thank the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action for presenting me with this award. My involvement with the Tamil community goes back as far as I can remember, where I used to do Bharatanatyam performances. I used to be the youth leader for the Tamil Cultural and Academic Society of Durham, as well as MC various programs in both Tamil and English across the GTA. I was also in 2019 an outreach coordinator for Pudhiya Pada, which is Toronto's first month-long Tamil mental health awareness campaign. Awards like these really inspire the next generation of change makers to come forward, and I'm excited to see what the future has in hold for all of us. Thank you.
Next, we have Prani Chandrasekharam. Prani is a queer, gender-fluid Elam Tamil community member and strong advocate for accessible mental health and harm reduction supports. She has completed an undergraduate degree in psychology at the University of Waterloo and has recently completed a graduate certificate in addictions and mental health at Durham College. Prani has worked at various organizations in their community to provide social wellness and skill-building programs for 2L SGBTQ community members. She is an executive team member of the Vaunaville Collective, a grassroots collective that aims to create a community for Tamils on a global scale. Currently, Prani is working as a peer support facilitator at OCAD University and hopes to engage the student community by empowering student voices and leading student-driven mental health initiatives rooted in inclusivity.
Vanakkam everyone, my name is Prani. Happy Tamil Heritage Month. Thank you so much for the 30 Under 30 recognition. It is a great honor. I'm an executive team member of the Vaunaville Collective, which is a grassroots collective for LGBTQIA Tamil diaspora. We host virtual social events for queer and trans Tamil folks in the diaspora to meet and to build a community because we exist and we're out there. And we also like to showcase the work of queer and trans Tamil creatives, educators, and activists in the community by spotlighting them on our Instagram page. You can find us at the Vaunaville Collective on Instagram. In my professional career, I'm working towards pursuing a Master's of Social Work, and I'm excited to be able to provide accessible mental health and harm reduction supports. Thank you again. I'm very, very honored.
Next, we have Abina Nimalraj. Abina completed her master's in peace and conflict studies and aspires to continue her work in the realm of human rights and conflict resolution. She has taken part in various projects working towards the aim of seeking justice and reconciliation for Tamils. Being passionate about supporting humanitarian causes, Abina had organized a dance fundraiser, The Untold Truth. Through reciting her own story as a cancer survivor in a dance form, she was able to create an awareness about the stigma around cancer. In the future, she hopes to advocate for human rights and work towards enhancing society to be more positive thinking and accepting.
Vanakkam, my name is Abina Nimalraj. Thank you to the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action and Neitha Nenna for taking on this initiative and recognizing me in this year's 30 Under 30. Thanks to the Canadian government's recognition of Tamil Heritage Month, we are able to celebrate and educate to our younger generations and non-Tamils about the Tamil culture and history. This year's 30 Under 30 spotlighting Tamil women leaders is inspiring and motivates me to continue doing more in my fields of work. Being a cancer survivor, there were many hardships that came by my way, and being able to reenact these experiences through a dance production helped me create awareness on the social stigma around cancer and emphasize the importance on normalizing conversations around such topics. Also, being an Ulam Tamil, I have engaged in various works working towards seeking reconciliation and justice for Ulam Tamils. Here, I also believe that there's immense strength in the unity of the younger generations, and in mobilizing on this, a unified effort from the Tamil community can be a big help in seeking Tamil self-determination. Thank you once again to the Tamil Canadian Centre for Civic Action for taking on this initiative, and I look forward to hearing various more achievements and stories within our Tamil community. Tamil Marabathingal Valthukal. Nandri.
Next, we have Tharanya Valipuram. Tharanya is a nurse clinician turned medical student with a passion for social justice and equity. She's the co-founder of Meet Need MTL, a nonprofit student initiative that raised over $10,000 in funds and services for local food banks across Montreal. She's the founder of Terra Synapsis, an initiative focused on reducing the gap in health literacy within the community, with a particular interest for her. Amongst creating awareness campaigns and leading health workshops, she hosts her podcast, Sit, Sip, Synapse, which speaks with thrivers living with medical conditions and health experts about various health-related topics with the goal of raising awareness and empowering those listening.
Vanakkam. Hi, everyone. My name is Tharanya Valipuram. I am a nurse clinician turned into medical student from Montreal, Canada. So I started my own initiative called Terra Synapsis, which focuses on raising awareness on inequities within the healthcare system and was also aimed to reduce the gap in health literacy within the community with a particular emphasis on the Tamil community. So I do this predominantly through my podcast and educational videos that I create and then post on both YouTube and Instagram. I want to take a second to say a huge thank you to Tamil Civic Action for thinking of me for their 30 Under 30 campaign. I am truly honored to have been selected alongside all the other inspiring women. It is heartwarming to see all the amazing work being done by all the Tamil women, and I am truly proud to be part of such a strong community. Thank you, Tamil Civic Action, for all the work you continue to do and all the change you're contributing to within our society.
Next, we have Pradhajani Chandrakumar. Having to escape the wrath of the ongoing genocide in Sri Lanka and lamenting about the devastating effects of colonization, Tamil genocide, migration, and other factors, Pradhajani was fueled, leading to the birth of the Ana Avana, an inclusive Tamil learning initiative on Instagram with baby steps and the basics curated with equity and social justice lens. Driven by community as a community-made individual, Pradhajani hopes the young diaspora finds the way back to their roots and seek solidarity within the community, a sense of belonging. Varaki Vijayaraja. Varaki performed her vocal debut in August 2008. Since then, she has enthralled audiences in Canada, USA, UK, and South India. Multiple concerts of hers have served as fundraisers for healthcare initiatives for those in need in Tamil Eelam and South India. Varaki has received the prestigious title Yuva Kala Vipachani by the great maestro Dr. M. Balamurali Krishna. Varaki has also been teaching vocal music to the next generation for over a decade and has been a vocalist for dance at engagements and performances. She also takes pride in being part of the progressive Canadian dance company In Dance. Academically, she holds a master's in applied psychology and postgraduate in addictions and mental health work, and is currently working in the inpatient psychiatric unit at the Michael Garron Hospital. Jessica Jude. Jessica is a student at Ivy Business School, currently in her final year of university. She has been singing and playing the piano since the age of 4. In 2014, she participated in Vijay TV's Super Singer Junior 4 and became the runner-up. With a long-time dream to do something for the less fortunate, Jessica donated her prize winnings of 1K gold to orphanages in India and Sri Lanka. Following the competition, she received the opportunity to perform all around the world alongside renowned artists, as well as sing in Tamil films. She has also played leadership roles in community projects around the world, such as the Harvard Tamil Chair and Toronto Tamil Chair. Jessica has been recognized for musical and philanthropic achievements by the City of Markham and Ontario government, and has received many awards, such as Vijay TV's International Find of the Year and Edison Awards Best International Singer. Jessica hopes to continue pursuing her passion for music and fulfilling her dream of giving back to the community. And finally, we have Anjali Narendran. Anjali is the founder and director of Startup Dojo, an incubator for teens that is backed by multi-billion-dollar companies and leading luminaries from industry and academia. Startup Dojo has helped high school students build successful businesses and impactful ventures all across the continent. She is also the host of the Youngpreneur podcast. In addition to that, she's pursuing a double degree in business and engineering at the Wharton School of Business and Pennsylvania Engineering. In high school, as head programmer for the High School VEX robotics team, the Pylons, she helped the team reach world champion status 2 years in a row. As a serial entrepreneur, she founded her first venture as a high school student herself, Tech Explore, which was featured in prominent publications like the Toronto Star and Thomson Reuters HR Reporter. Before the age of 18, Anjali has already been invited to give keynote addresses at large conferences like the AI World Forum and a Google conference held in Sunnyvale, California. Next, I would like to call upon two of our speakers from this group who are here with us today. First, I'd like to call upon Prathajani to share a few words.
என் தாய் மண்ணுக்கும் நான் என்று நிற்கும் ஆமைத்தீவு மண்ணுக்கும் என் முதல் கண் வணக்கங்கள். நான் செய்யும் அனைத்தும் என் மண்ணிலிருந்தும் என் மக்களிலிருந்தும் பெறப்பட்டவன. நாம் பலரின் உழைப்பில் ஆளாகி இருக்கின்றேன். என் குடும்பத்தை மட்டும் சொல்லவில்லை. அதனால் இத்தருணத்தில் அனைவருக்கும் என் மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகள். Everything that I do comes from my people and my land. I'm a community-made individual. So I'm here in front of you because of my community. And I'm not just referring to my family. So at this time, I want to thank everyone. Just like my project, Ana Avana, this is just the beginning. Thank you. Nandri Vanakkam.
Thank you, Prathajani. Next, I would like to call upon Varahi to share a few words.
Vanakkam and good evening to everyone. I'm honored to be recognized by the Tamil Civic Action as part of this 30 Under 30 series. I'm especially proud to be part of this incredible cohort of women in our community, all leaders in their own fields. As many of you know, the realm of performing arts has been impacted significantly due to this pandemic. And as an artist who has been performing on various international stages for over 2 decades, live stages and live audiences are definitely sorely missed. And as a teacher of Carnatic music for nearly 15 years, I am definitely eagerly looking forward to returning to in-person lessons with my students. Despite all of these hurdles during this pandemic, and even before that, as women and Tamil women in the community, it's support from the Tamil community and organizations like Tamil Civic Action that continues to remind artists and teachers like myself of the impact of teaching, promoting, and performing our ancient art forms like Carnatic music in innovative ways that make an impact on the next generations while still honoring our traditions. As a mental health professional, I can attest to the fact that along with art forms, community engagement is one of the major saving graces during this pandemic for many people. My heartfelt congratulations to all of the other recipients, and hats off to Tamil Civic Action for tirelessly working to provide this community engagement for all of us. Last but not least, I'd like to express my gratitude to my motivating source, my mother, my gurus, as well as my family, friends, and students who have all shaped me in different ways. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Varahi. This brings us to the end of our 30 under 30 recognition for 2022. Congratulations to these inspiring and hardworking Tamil women. May you continue to empower and lead by example in your respective field. Congratulations again. Next, I would like to call upon Mayurati Devadas to give us a musical performance. She will be singing for us through a shared video.
ஒவ்வொரு பூக்களுமே சொல்கிறதே வாழ்வென்றால் போராடும் போர்க்களமே ஒவ்வொரு விடியலுமே சொல்கிறதே இரவானால் பகலொன்று வந்திடுமே நம்பிக்கை என்பது வேண்டும் நம் வாழ்வில் லட்சியம் நிச்சயம் வெல்லும் ஒரு நாளில் மனமே ஓ மனமே நீ மாறிவிடு மலையோ அது பனியோ நீ மோதிவிடு உள்ளம் என்றும் எப்போதும் ஒடிந்து போகக்கூடாது என்ன இந்த வாழ்க்கை என்ற எண்ணம் தோன்றக்கூடாது எந்த மனித நெஞ்சுக்குள் காயமில்லை சொல்லுங்கள் காலப்போக்கில் காயமெல்லாம் மறைந்து போகும் மாயங்கள் ஒளி தாக்கும் கற்கள் தானே என் மீது சிலையாகும் வழி தாங்கும் உள்ளம் தானே நிலையான சுகம் காணும் யாருக்கில்லை போராட்டம் கண்ணில் என்ன நீரோட்டம் ஒரு கனவு கண்டால் அதை தினம் முயன்றால் ஒரு நாளில் நிஜமாகும் மனமே ஓ மனமே நீ மாறிவிடு மலையோ அது பனியோ நீ மோதிவிடு ஒவ்வொரு பூக்களுமே சொல்கிறதே வாழ்வென்றால் போராடும் போர்க்களமே வாழ்க்கை கவிதை வாசிப்போம் வானமளவை யோசிப்போம் முயற்சி என்ற ஒன்றை மட்டும் மூச்சு போல சுவாசிப்போம் லட்சம் கனவு கண்ணோடு லட்சியங்கள் நெஞ்சோடு உன்னை வெல்ல யாரும் இல்லை உறுதியோடு போராடு மனிதா உன் மனதில் கீறி விதை போடு மரமாகும் அவமானம் படுதோல்வி எல்லாமே உரமாகும் தோல்வி இன்றி வரலாறா துக்கம் என்ன என் மலையோ அது பனியோ நீ மோதிவிடு
Thank you, Mayuridi, for that beautiful rendition. We will now be moving on to the launch of our 2022 cohort of the Tamil Youth Fellowship. And to introduce them, we have Roshani Vignaraja, former chair of Tamils in Public Service and the co-chair of Tamil Youth Fellowship. The floor is yours, Roshani.
Oh, there we go. I can unmute myself now. Thank you so much for that introduction, and happy Tamil Heritage Month to everybody here. I'm certainly happy to be here and consider it a privilege to be among an incredible group of Tamil women, both in the 30 under 30, but also across this year's cohort of Tamil Youth Fellows. So special thank you to Tamil Civic Action for putting this event. It was a great experience going through year one of the Tamil Youth Fellowship, and so we are excited to continue building on those successes in year two with another talented group of people that I'll be introducing. What strikes me reading through the bios about these fellows is the way that they are bringing community to their passion for public service. And they will one day be in the position to be making decisions that are grounded in these types of real lived experience. So as a public servant myself, there is nothing more that I could want from our future public service leaders. And with that, I will begin the introduction. And we are starting with Selva Lakshmi Tagore. Selva Lakshmi is committed to improving health outcomes for Torontonians, particularly for those who are experiencing marginalization. She recently graduated from the University of Edinburgh with an MSc in health policy with distinction, and was awarded best performance for her dissertation exploring the extent to which Canadian health policies facilitate Indigenous self-determination. Her pursuits at the intersections of health and equity have led her to work at the United Nations headquarters in Vienna, as well as nonprofit, think tank, hospital, and social service environments. As a Tamil Youth Fellow, she is especially eager to continue learning how to combine her understanding of lived experiences and growing knowledge of strategies to sustainably address health inequity with the realities of politics and policymaking to effect lasting systemic change. What I didn't mention is that the fellows are here with us today. So if you just want to, put your video on as I introduce you and wave, that would be great. So next we have Shahitya Ravindran. Shahitya Ravindran is an undergraduate student at the University of Toronto, pursuing a double major in health studies and public policy. Shahitya aims to use interdisciplinary approaches to amplify voices and address the concerns of youth in her community. Her valuable experiences working and volunteering with community organizations, nonprofit organizations, and government sectors allow her to bridge the gap between research and policy initiatives that enhance her quality of life. Next, we have Swati Bala. Swati is in her final year at York University, pursuing her bachelor's in social work. She takes pride in her identity as a Tamil woman and often stands as an advocate for the representation of Tamils in the public sector. Having worked in a member of Parliament's office as a constituency assistant, she has experience navigating bureaucracy and wants to make the public sector more accessible for those in the community. She also wishes to pursue her master's degree in social work and utilize it to transform spaces through decolonization and anti-oppressive practices. And last, we have Maithili Parameswaran. Maithili pursued her undergraduate studies at U of T, where she completed her BSc in mental health and health studies. Her passion to work directly with people inspired her to volunteer through nonprofit work with marginalized communities and several organizations such as the South Asian Autism Awareness Center, Canadian Tamil Professionals Association, YMCA, the Tamil Canadian Center for Civic Action, City of Toronto, and City of Mississauga. She is motivated to learn about the existing gaps between racialized communities and social and health inequalities to better understand effective healthcare practices and policies. She's determined to pursue her master's in health policy to further explore her determination for working with underprivileged youth and minority groups in Canada. So that wraps up the introduction of our 4 fellows for year 2. So welcome to you all. Not only is this an opportunity to work in a counselor's office, but it is also an opportunity to take a lead on a community impact project of your choosing and receive access to a network of supports to help you, achieve your goals in relation to your work in the public sector. The training, the mentors, the access you have to the people on the steering committees and advisors. We are all here to support you through this journey that we'll take together, starting February onwards through the spring. So congratulations to you all, and thanks for being here for this event.
Congratulations to the 2022 cohort of the Tamil Youth Fellowship, and we are very excited to see your inspiring work for this year. So we now have a final performance by Rahi, who will be performing a musical piece for us.
Before I perform, I just want to say once again, thank you so much to Tamil Civic Action for their great efforts. Congratulations to all the recipients, as well as the fellows for this year. And a special thanks to Nida Nana for coordinating the efforts and for reaching out. Because this event is for Tamil Civic Action and is in recognition this year, especially of women and their achievements, I thought what better to highlight these 2 aspects than a piece by Subramaniam Bharatiyar on women, and it is called Pudumai Pen, or the Modern Age Woman. She walks with her head held high. Her eyes see righteousness and truth in everything around her. நிலத்தில் யார்க்கும் அஞ்சாத நெறிகளும். She is bold and unafraid of anyone or anything in this world. She doesn't have to be, for she does everything with principles and values. She is wise, and her thoughts and conduct reflect her knowledge and the humility bestowed by it. And that same knowledge gives her unfaltering confidence and bravery. அமிழ்ந்த பேரிருளாம் அறியாமை Ignorance is a debilitating darkness. அவலம் எய்தி கலையின்றி வாழ்வது. If a woman is threatened to live in such darkness, உமிழ்ந்து தள்ளுதே பெண் நரமாகுமா. Opposing and fighting for her right with courage is what she does, and that is her virtue. உமிழ்ந்து தள்ளுதல் பெண் நரமாகுமா. உதய கண்ணி உரைப்பது கேட்டீரோ. O modern woman, can you hear the words I speak? உதய கண்ணி உரைப்பது கேட்டீரோ. Thank you.
Thank you, Varahi, for a beautiful performance. So as we wrap up our event, we would like to recognize our sponsors. First, we would like to welcome our sponsor for both Tamil Heritage Month and the Tamil Youth Fellowship, lawyer Kubeis Nava from Nava Wilson Law Firm, to say a few words.
Thank you, Cynthia. Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be part of this event, both the top 30 under 30 and the TYF Tamil Youth Fellowship. I think any recognition or any ability to give young people, and definitely people who normally don't feel like they belong, a space in such places like the Toronto Council is an amazing initiative. It's very important that we do that because generally all of us hold on to our inadequacies or our why we don't belong somewhere more so than we do to the reasons we do want to belong somewhere. So giving people at a young age this idea that you do belong here is a very noble initiative. As a lawyer, they say that it takes 5 years for you to feel like a lawyer, 5 years of practice. Until then, you almost feel like you're faking it until you get to become a lawyer. So it requires time until your mind says, okay, this is who I am. I can belong here. I do belong here. So any initiative for us to get our next generation to that space early and make them feel like they belong is a great initiative, and one of the reasons why Nava Wilson is supporting this good initiative. So I wish everybody the best of luck, and I've noticed that some of the TYF members of last year have made it under the top 30 under 30 this year. So it's a great progression, and I wish everybody the best of luck this year.
Thank you, Kubeis Nava. Next, we would like to recognize lawyer Vidhu Ramachandran of Ramachandran Law Professional Corporation. We invite you to say a few words.
Hi, everyone, and good evening. This was a great event put on by Tamil Civic Action. We always like these types of events. We always like to show support for events where we are honoring and highlighting the successes that are coming out for the community. I came in through a lot of these types of events or similar types of events to get the platforms I got, which helped me become the person I have become. So for us to have a chance to give back, it's always something that we look forward to. Like Neither knows we're kind of like automatically signed up if there's a way we could whatever they do. So whatever events that Tamil Civic Action does, basically we're like, yeah, just Neither, you guys just do it, and we'll do whatever we can to support it. So our little thing is, thank you Tamil Civic Action for doing this. Congratulations to all the recipients, to all the fellows, and we will keep supporting your initiatives in the future. So you'll always have our support behind these events.
Thank you, Vidya Ramachandran. Next, we would like to recognize Kitna Arulandaraja. She's one of the co-founders of Iridaya Dance Company. We invite you to say a few words.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kitna Arulanandaraja, pronouns she, her. I'm one of the co-founders and directors of Iridaya Dance Company. Thank you for inviting me to the event today. It's an honor to honestly be back 2 years later as a sponsor. 2 years ago, we were in the same exact spot where you all are today. Being recognized amongst many individuals is a true honor and it's a huge responsibility. Congratulations to all the individuals and groups who are here today to receive this recognition. It has been inspiring to hear everyone's achievements, and I look forward to seeing how our community grows in these various sectors in the years to come. There's a big difference between the time we received this award in 2020 and now. Everyone here has excelled through the pandemic and the most trying times. You've really shined in the community and fought against all odds. I wish you all the best in continuing to contribute to the community and hope this motivates you to work harder and shine brighter as leaders. Also, I want to congratulate the Tamil Civic Action team for recognizing Tamil women this entire month and for hosting many events to educate and celebrate women. Congratulations again to the recipients, and remember, leaders know that to take care of others, they must first take care of themselves. Through this trying period, I hope everyone is taking the time and space they need to restore and replenish themselves to continue leading the community. Thank you again, and hope everyone enjoyed the event.
Thank you, Kitna. So that wraps up our event, but we would also like to say that if you would like to get more information about the 30 Under 30 recipients and all of the fellows, you can go to our Instagram at Tamil Civic Action, and their full bios and their networks are all there. So please do check that out. And I would like to pass it to Neithan Anna to give our closing remarks.
Thank you, Cynthia. And I want to start off by thanking Cynthia Srirankan. Cynthia has been phenomenal in coordinating all of our Tamil Heritage Month efforts, including the 30 Under 30. So thank you very much, Cynthia, for all the hard work put into making this event go smoothly, but also all the preparation related to it. If you haven't been checking out the amazing events that we have for Tamil Civic Actions, Tamil Heritage Month put together with Tamil Heritage Month Council, please check out tamilheritagemonth.com. The website has all the details, and all of our social media has all the details as well. I want to thank Nilosa Selvakumar. Nilosa has been the pillar behind the organizing of the Tamil Youth Fellowship, and thank you, Nilosa, for all the work in putting together the Youth Fellowship recruitment and now helping to see them go through placement and support its completion. I also want to thank Sharon Sriskandaraja for emceeing and coordinating today. Watch out or stay tuned for a profile that Sharon is working on, 10 Tamil women who have done amazing work through the pandemic under the Heroes of Pandemic series is coming up starting tomorrow as well. Finally, I want to thank Ilathai Television for doing a live telecast of this. Rajanna, thank you very much. And Ilathai Television is also helping us take this event live through multiple Facebook sites, including TIPS, Tamils in Public Service, Tamil Heritage Month Council, and Tamil Civic Actions Facebook page, as well as YouTube channel. So we are able to share this event with multiple platforms to thousands of people as well. So thank you very much for that work. I just want to finish off by thanking all the sponsors for your continued support, all the performers. What an amazing evening this has been with amazing performances, all of the 30 Under 30 folks. Thank you very much for all the work that you're doing. You are symbols of our community's resilience and success, so appreciate all of that work. And just wanted to say at this time, stay tuned and look out for all of our other programs that are coming up, discussion series that are coming up. And at the end of the month, we have something called Tamil Civic Action Summit, where we will be gathering together to plan our community's future together with many organizations, and hopefully many of you will be able to make it to that event as well. With that, I would like to wrap up. If there's no other things to add, Cynthia or Nilosa, I think we are good. Thank you to all of you for the amazing work that you've done successfully all these years during the pandemic, but there's more to be done for the community, and we are hoping we will all stick together and deliver more great things for the community. Take care. Have a good night.